Every morning that you wake up, do you feel like you are unbound? Like you have the freedom to do whatever you feel like? Or do you feel restrained, as if your life was on rails and you were simply a spectator with no control over its destination? As I grew up, I experienced what I now call this phenomena. Till I was 16, everything seemed normal. I didn't question much. I had dreams, but I wasn't actively pursuing them. I assumed they would just happen somehow. I wasn't really living. I was just existing. And then one day, it was as if I woke up after being asleep for 16 years. I became acutely aware that time was slipping through my fingers. I suddenly felt this urge to accomplish everything as fast as possible. I wanted to do everything at once. I wanted to work out. I wanted to meet new people. I wanted to start a business. I wanted to read tons of books. I wanted to do everything. But the pressure I placed on myself only made things worse. I felt paralyzed. It might sound ridiculous, but at 16, I felt like I didn't have enough time to pursue everything that I wanted to do. In spite of all of that, for the first time ever, it felt like I was taking control of my life and not the other way around. Up until then, I had never really thought about my future. I had internalized the idea that I would just follow the traditional path, finish school, go to college, and then get a job. And I'm not saying that that's a bad path to follow. I'm only claiming that I had chosen that path without any kind of consideration. I simply chose it because it was the default path. Starting a YouTube channel, for example, it was something that I had already thought about, just like every 13-year-old does. But back then, I quickly dismissed it. I told myself, that's not for me. How did I know it wasn't for me? I didn't. I didn't know because I had never tried it. I had simply dismissed the idea without even giving it a try. Nowadays it sounds irrational, but back then it seemed completely normal. After I experienced this transformation, I felt a huge amount of freedom. Yes, I was still in school, but I realized that, this thing called life, I could dictate how it went. I could write my own script. I used to be afraid to pursue certain things because I simply didn't know how others would react. I didn't know if I would be successful or not. I was afraid of rejection. And now that I'm on the other side of the equation, it saddens me when I see other people not living their lives to the fullest because they're afraid. That's one of the reasons why I make these videos. Even if I can only help one person move away from a life of fear to a life where they can pursue their dreams and live according to their own terms, that alone makes me happy. The message I want you to take from this video is that life can be exciting if you choose to make it so. Right now, as you watch this, you have the power to do whatever you want. You can start that business you've always thought of. You can join a nearby gym to change yourself physically. You can make new friends or explore parts of your town that you've never seen. The possibilities are limitless, yet most people never pursue those options because they are afraid. Be honest with yourself. If you had a literal book in front of you where you could write your own story, would it look anything like the life you lead right now? If not, then that shows you that something is wrong. Sometimes you have to take a risk and dive headfirst without knowing what the outcome will be. And trust me, as someone who likes to keep everything under control, making decisions like this, it pushes me out of my comfort zone. But that thrill of not knowing what's gonna come out of that, that's what keeps us alive. Guys, the worst feeling you can experience is when you have a brilliant idea, when that light bulb goes off in your head and you do nothing. You don't act on it. You simply watch as the light in your mind slowly dims until it goes out forever. Hopefully by this point of the video, I've been able to make you see the glow at the end of the tunnel and made you realize that it is possible to live a life of happiness, a life where every single day feels like Christmas morning, a life where you follow your dreams, no matter how unrealistic they may seem to others. I want you to view your life as a blank canvas, and only you have the power to color it. It would be a shame to reach the end of your life without ever pursuing your dreams because you feared what others might say. Don't judge my words or my lifestyle. Just test it out. If it doesn't work out for you, that's fine. At least you can live knowing that you tried. The last thing you want is to live with the what if and never actually having pulled the trigger. Now go out there. Go chase your dream life. Go write your own history. I'll stay here, rooting for you.